Friends, welcome back. Hope you found a comfy spot and you are enjoying working from home. So, yesterday we practiced determining the theme of a fiction story. Today, we're going to use that theme to help us summarize the important details in a story. So, as you know, a summary is just a quick retell of the important details of a text. The purpose is to get readers hooked into the passage or story. But the trick is not to give any jewels away that would ruin the actual text for the reader. When summarizing, we just want to stick with the important details. The story skeleton, if you will. I've got a metaphor for you to think about. Think of a text as a body of work. Just like your body, it's made of muscles, organs, bones, etc. Well, a good summary is focused on the bones of that body. The bones are the main structure of a body that holds everything else in place and allows everything else to function properly. In a story, the details in a summary support the rest of the imagery, the themes, connections, and joy that make a piece of writing so sweet, in Patricia Polacco's words. So, how do you decide what details go into a summary? How do you decide what a bone of a story is? Well, with a handy-dandy organizer, of course. Have you heard of Somebody Wanted But So Then? I hope so. This will help you identify the important details, and it also, at the same time, organizes the details in a way that helps the reader pace out the story in chronological order. It's a win-win. Let's take a look at a familiar story we all know. Can you tell which story I'm talking about by looking at my graphic organizer? Yep, it's Cinderella, of course. Look at how I've only included the most important details that hold the rest of the story together. Let's read these details together. Our somebody, or our main character, is Cinderella. And what did she want most of all? She wanted to live happily and have some fun every now and then. But what was the problem? She could never leave the house because of her stepmother's rules. So, how did the character try to solve the problem? Well, one night her fairy godmother appeared and helped her attend the village ball. Then, how did the story end? Well, she met the prince of her dreams, and she lived happily ever after. Now, let's see what these details look like in paragraph form. What I've done is use these same details but added our transition words up top to form a complete paragraph. Let's read it together. Cinderella wanted to live happily and have some fun every now and then. But she could never leave the house because of her stepmother's rules. So, one night her fairy godmother appeared and helped her attend the village ball. Then Cinderella met the prince of her dreams and lived happily ever after. See? Short, sweet, and to the point. Or should I say to the bone. Did you notice any details from the story that are not in the summary? Like, did I mention the specific ways that the stepmother and stepsisters were mean to Cinderella? No. Did I have to mention the fairy godmother's midnight warning? Nope. Or how difficult it was for the prince to find her again? No. I didn't have to include those details in my summary because I'm only retelling the structure of the story, the skeleton of the body. The trick is that you only want to give your readers a snapshot of the plot so that they can get hooked into the theme the author is sharing. Can you determine the theme of Cinderella just from these details? Well, we can infer that the theme of Cinderella is to believe that anything is possible. Cinderella was upset that she couldn't go to the ball, and she came to terms with that, but her fairy godmother had plans for her to meet her prince and live happily ever after. The ever after that Cinderella never lost sight of. She was always positive that something better was going to come along eventually. And she was right. When the readers pick up the actual story of Cinderella, they'll be met with more details that support this theme even more. But the summary is just there to hook them in. So, we did the job. Let's do another one together. Let's summarize our story from yesterday. Thank you, Mr. Fokker. If you didn't get a chance to read it yet, pause the video and go back to yesterday's assignments for the link to that read aloud online. Okay, so now I'm going to get started. I'm going to use the same strategy, but you're going to help me fill it out this time. Go ahead and copy this chart on a separate sheet of paper or on a separate Google Doc. See if you can fill in those important details on your own. Use those transition words to help you pace through the story. And don't forget, when you're choosing details, make sure the reader can vaguely guess the theme that the author wants to share. We want to hook them in, remember? Press play again when you're ready to check your thinking with mine. Okay, did you get your thoughts down? Let's see if it's similar to my thinking. My somebody from our story from yesterday was, of course, Trisha. Trisha was the main character of the story. And what did she want most of all? Well, she wanted to learn to read with fluency. But what was her problem? Whenever she tried to read, the letters and words started wiggling and toppling over. So, how did the character solve this problem? Well, her teacher worked with her before and after school, and she started getting some confidence. Then, what was the resolution to the story? Well, she was finally able to read fluently. So now, let's put all these details together using our transition words. Trisha wanted to learn to read with fluency, but whenever she tried to read a page, letters and words were wiggling and toppling over. So, her teacher, Mr. Fokker, helped her practice before and after school, and this built up her confidence. Then, she was able to read and gain sweet, sweet knowledge. See? That wasn't so bad. You're brilliant. I'm so proud of you. Remember, boys and girls, when you're summarizing, we only are giving the most important details away so that the reader can get hooked in without you giving away any of the meat. Think about our skeleton next time you use the somebody wanted but so then strategy. Also, keep in mind that this summarizing strategy only works for fiction stories. We have a different strategy when summarizing informational pieces, and we'll get to that next week. Don't forget to do your quick check for the day, which is the last link in the reading section. Until next time, hang in there and keep up the good work. Bye.